just been looking at John chapter 3. And in the Gospel of John chapter 3, I just want to read a little bit of that chapter to you. Verse 22. After this, Jesus and his disciples went into the Judean countryside, where he spent some time with them and baptized. Now John also was baptizing at Aenon near Salem, because there was plenty of water, and people were constantly coming to be baptized. This was before John was put in prison. An argument developed between some of John's disciples and a certain Jew over the matter of ceremonial washing. They came to John and said to him, "Rabbi, that man who was with you on the other side of the Jordan, the one who you testified about, well, he is baptizing and everyone is going to him." To this John replied, "A man can receive only what is given him from heaven. You yourselves can testify that I said, I am not the Christ, but am sent ahead of him. The bride belongs to the bridegroom. The friend who attends the bridegroom waits and listens for him, and is full of joy when he hears the bridegroom's voice. That joy is mine, and is now complete. He must become greater, and I must become less." John explains the situation that Jesus is overtaking. Jesus is definitely overtaking his cart in many senses. Not just about numbers of people being baptized, not just about activity, but who Jesus is the important issue here. And it's interesting that there's debate. People are still discussing issues about ceremonial washing. They're still trying to work through these arguments and controversies and so on. They're still trying to deal with stuff. Is it really the case that we're often wrestling with stuff from the past? We're dealing with uncertainties. We're dealing with things that we get quite bogged down by, small issues, and we lose sight of the bigger picture, what's really happening, the wider picture of God being at work, and we've missed it because we've got stuck on things that we felt were really important, but they've lost perspective to the most important things of all. And John realized this. He realized that something much bigger was happening. He didn't want his followers to get caught up in small things. He wanted them to see the big picture. He recognized that Jesus was the one he'd been waiting for. He recognized that what he was doing was just pointing to something greater, was pointing the way ahead to something far more important, was pointing to the one who was far more important, the one who needed to become greater and he less, and the one that was going ahead was the one that was overtaking his ministry, the one who was the bridegroom. He was the most important one in the picture, and John wanted to fade into the background to be the one who's less important. So I just pray today we'll get perspective, that we will see Jesus for who he really is.